First of all, I want to say thank you to Franklin and Jeff for having me. I really, really appreciate it. I couldn't decide what I wanted to do because I couldn't decide what mood I was actually in. So, and I have to be honest, I was kind of, sitting at home, kind of semi-depressed. But I was like, you know what? Snap out of it. And there's that alter ego, but that'll be another day. I'll tell you about that. This poem I'm going to do is actually, this first one I'm going to do is actually called Touch. And it's about touching someone without actually touching them. If you've met somebody that actually touched you and they didn't touch you at all. Well, it's touch. Let's pretend for a moment that this relationship needs time before a consummation can take place. This union requires a gestation period, time to grow before it takes a life of its own. We cannot touch each other physically. I want us to touch one another beyond what the eye beholds. Let us stimulate each other with thought-provoking words. Get inside one another's mind before we seek the comfort inside each other's sacred space. I will show you the map to my core, give you directions to the center of my soul. Are you willing to travel deep into the caves of my inner sanctum to get to the destination many have tried and failed to achieve, to reach the beating instrument called my heart? I am willing to learn you, know you. I am willing to touch you in places no one's ever been allowed to touch. I am willing to swim in the river of your tears to get to the heart broken by the man before me. I want to touch you without touching you. This other poem I couldn't decide, but this is called The Flesh. And brother been trying to practice celibacy, and it's kind of been a struggle. So I had to write about it. So I figured Lenny Kravitz can do it, I can do it too. My desires overwhelm me. My thoughts have gotten louder and louder in my head. My dreams have become sexual in nature. I try to fight, but the urge is like a hunger overtaking me. Like the vampire seeking blood from his prey, I too have a lust in my heart, to satisfy my carnal appetite for skin-on-skin contact, for body-to-body foreplay, for a flesh-to-flesh sensation. However, I am saving myself. It's my choice. I choose love over sexual fulfillment. I no longer want to give in to temptation. I only want the one I love, only the one I desire. I know I am worthy of the kind of love that's been promised to me. My body is sacred. My spiritual being will win the battle. I am human. I am a sexual being. And I am a hot-blooded black man fighting an internal war with the flesh. Okay, this last one is short, but it's basically about telling someone, I've lost a lot of people in my life, and I know the importance of saying I love you, I'm sorry, goodbye, just being I want the people that I care about to always, the last thing I said to them was I love you. So if something happens to me, that was the last thing I said. It's called a moment. It only takes a moment to say I love you. And it only takes a moment to say I'm sorry. So I try to make the best of every moment I am blessed with by trying to be kind to others, even if they're hurting me. I go to sleep with a smile on my face, and I wake up with that same smile on my face, just knowing that I told someone I love you, and I told someone I'm sorry. And if I die in my sleep, that certain someone can savor that moment forever. I have a little story. This next person I'm about to introduce, actually, I met her at Outright, and she was one of the first people that came up to me after I did a reading, and I was very nervous that night. And we talked about yoga, and we got into this really conversation. And she was like, "Oh, you like yoga?" And I was like, "Yeah." So, and then we became Facebook friends, and I just really was honored to introduce her, but I had to ask her how you say her name, and it's Julie Blomeke. So welcome, Julie.